What's up? This is Lollypopbeatz. Welcome to my on the radar beat breakdown of I Like It by Teeski. So he literally just got the beat from my YouTube. I was posting Chief Keef type beats for basically every day. It was like Chief Keef type beat. I was, grinding with that. He got the beat from my YouTube and I hit him up. He didn't realize, or I didn't realize that he was using my beats from YouTube at the time. So yeah, I think it was 2022 I made that beat after I hit 10K subscribers on YouTube. And yeah, the song went crazy, I think maybe like a year later. It was like 2023 it started going a bit crazy. Von off 1700. Mainly Chicago artists really. I got a G Herbo feature on my beat. It was Teeski's song featuring G Herbo. I went crazy. Money Man, Fredo Bang, Didi Osama, Mellow Bucks. A bunch of just different Chicago artists, and it's just dark, hard trap. I don't know why I go for that vibe all the time. It's like I'm always angry. I that's what I listen to. I like to make what I like to listen to. So I was really inspired by like Chief Keef, Future, and just kind of that dark trap, kind of atmospheric. Like I go for very ambient sounds, but most of the time it's like I need those 808s to be
banging,
hitting.
going
like
crazy.
I rarely don't make a trap beat.
Okay,
yeah.
I love that.
So Southside and Metro Boomin are basically the reasons why I started making beats, because they were producing most of Future's songs. I try not to fangirl, but honestly, them two, like that would make my whole entire world if I ever got to work with them. And I guess Chief Keef as well, a massive influence. He's obviously a producer / artist as well. But yeah, just that dark trap sound, kind of Future merged with Chief Keef. That Southside and Metro, if you're watching, I love you. My main thing is always the pressure of, am I gonna perform well in the studio? I don't really think about me being a girl. Obviously, I know the whole industry is basically men, and I'm not used to having friends that are guys. I have one friend that's a guy. Mm-hmm. So when I started to meet these producers in person, and might be 10 guys in the room, I did feel a bit like, it's my first time kind of being in that situation and just seeing what they talk about, how they are. But I never have been made to feel any different the majority of the time. Obviously, I'm mostly linking up with people who already know me, so everyone's been super cool. But there have been, say, friends of artists or people who don't know me in the studio that kind of, you get the weird looks or, what's she doing here? I know they're not gonna assume that I'm a producer. So I already know what people are thinking. It's not like I'm unaware. So I either make the effort to just make sure I'm not like ignored, because sometimes they could just, if they think you're someone's girl, or like, who is this little girl in the studio? Like, I understand I stick out like a sore thumb, so I don't really think about it too much. And luckily I've been in 99.9% of good situations. Nothing bad has ever happened. I've never been uncomfortable because I kind of know how to handle myself, and I'm confident in myself. But I can be quiet for sure. It just depends on the situation. But I appreciate everyone who just treated me like anyone else. But yeah, I'll never have the same kind of relationship that a guy producer has with an artist. It will never be the same, obviously, because just that's how it works. Guys are going to be closer, and just the way that they talk to you, but they treat me with the respect, and that's all I can ask for. So the first sound I've got is this pad from Nexus. Not the OG Nexus, but Nexus 2. It's this preset here, and then I've just gone into the mix, turn off that first sound. This is what we've got. So nothing too crazy. Most of my beats are pretty simple anyway, and I like to layer. So I've layered that same pattern in this sound also from Nexus, and it's this preset. Again, I tend to go into the mix here and just play around with it to get different sounds. Because obviously Nexus is like, so many beats have been used with Nexus. So yeah, this is the second sound. And together just creates kind of just a little bit more to it than just one sound. And then I added a little accent, also from Nexus. It's a bit of a theme here. I was going crazy. Every Chief Thief type beat, because this was a Chief Thief type beat, just Nexus is the go-to for that. So yeah, for this, it's literally just a little accent. That's it. And then for my favorite sound, which I use in literally 90% of my beats, is this Hollywood brass from Nexus. It's my favorite brass that I use. It's just, oh, it's gorgeous. It's just like the deepest, darkest brass ever. And yeah, this is what creates like the real tension in the beat. And that's it. Honestly, producers would get mad at this beat for being this simple, but it's what worked. I didn't think anything of it, but clearly the beat was good. And then this final sound is literally just another accent from Electra X. It's from this bank. And I think I switched off these. Yeah, I switched off these two sounds. And this is like my go-to lead. I've never really heard anyone else use this lead. I'm not claiming it, but this was in a lot of my beats back then as well. So this is literally all it is. Bit of a weird sound. I like adding in weird textures just to fill out the beat. That was it. And then finally, the last thing in the melody was just this brass stab. So again, it kind of is similar to the other brass from Nexus, just gives you that, you know, stab, like real tension at the beginning of every bar. And then again. So all 5, 6 layers of the melody, this is what it sounds like. And before I go into drums, the way that I structure my melody is that in the intro, I kind of take out more sound, so it's a bit empty. But I like to keep that brass in so that it gives it that low end. And when it starts off, you know, I want from the first second it to sound like boom, like it hits you. So this is the iconic intro. Now drums, my favorite part. I'm going to save the 808 for last because that's kind of the main part of the beat. We've just got a very simple hi-hat pattern. I'm the hi-hat god, kinda. Yeah, juice them up a little. Just that. And then complementing with the snare. This is a Lex Luger snare. Again, another classic sound. I just like to use hard-hitting drums. And this kind of offbeat pattern at the end just gives it a bit more bounce. I like to do that a lot. And then this is what everything sounds like without the 808s. When I have kind of more going on in the melody, I like to keep the drums simple. So I guess that's what I did with this because there's only 3 drum sounds and that's all I felt like it needed. And then last but not least, my baby 808s. It's my favorite part of any beat. It gives it the most, you know, real oomph. And yeah, I've got it all in one note. Again, that's what works, but yep. I just like to have them super loud. So all the drums together. Super simple, a lot of room to rap on. And yeah, just complements the melodies, doesn't like overlap too many sounds going on. And I guess, yeah, the full beat with my tag, that's the last little thing, cherry on top, I guess. Yeah, this is the full beat.
Lollipop.
And I left it a little bit more empty in the verses. I like to create variation just subtly by taking out some sounds just to create a bit of a change, but not too much that it throws the artist off. And then usually what I like to do before the chorus, before all the main sounds come in, is this, I guess, pre-chorus with just the 808s. And this is the main part of the song where it blew up on TikTok, that everyone goes crazy for this part. I don't even want to repeat what the lyrics are, but just know when he says, yep, whatever he says in this part, it goes crazy. And then it drops back into the chorus. And that's the beat. Yeah, your face, your brand, you know, your face is your brand. It's so important to be recognizable and put yourself out there. I mean, I hid for a long time. I was an anonymous producer. I didn't want anyone knowing who I was. I just wanted to know that people actually liked my beats. And then when you feel ready, that, you know, you want to really put yourself out there, just go crazy with, you know, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. They're all free. And it's the best way that people are gonna find you. And, you know, it's crazy. I'm coming out here and people recognize me when I've gone to the US before as well. Like, I live in London, and then just because I've shown myself and made videos from my bedroom in London, I come out here and people recognize me and, you know, say they like my beats or they've seen my videos.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So it's super important to have a really strong brand and something that people will remember you by. Word of my mother, thank you for watching my On The Radar beat breakdown of I Like It by MAF Teeski. You heard?